in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 13 yards on the game's opening play. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
At the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Tight end right, tight end right. Four down.
Bravo.
Mike 5-5.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Airing it out deep for Woods. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 19. Trying to get it to Woods. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch quick.
Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Mike 54.
On third and goal, Wilson. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Gurley again here on first down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. This is caught, it's Cooks. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On the ready.
54. Mike 54.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Check 52. Back. Protein spill. He's coming. We got no shoes.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go. 60 or.
54 Mike.
Man out.
Shift.
Get.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Wilson to throw. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Double time. We got three, fellas.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is going to be another first down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Watch 54. Watch ankle. 25. Check 25. Check.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Rashad Penny.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. As his guys are in for 6, and the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On first down, Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He'll find Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try right side here. Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Smith.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Hey, check.
He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Well, that 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Mike 54. I got one.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch that.
Here's Wilson to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. For 18, Gator. Ready. Hatchet. Greystone, Travis. Right there in the middle. 55. 65.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. 37. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 5-4. Out, get him, get him, get him.
They'll run on first down. Morton, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 5 now. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 36. Now Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Porter. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch out.
On second down, it's Morton. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All day, all day.
Ready.
Back to throw here. He gets it to Cooks. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
You tighten up.
Hey, watch out, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Now.
He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming after you. Look for signal. Shoot. Go 14.
from the 41. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Morton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
To throw is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Mike.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Now a give, right side. It's Morton. And some room to roam now. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Lucky. You know that's one that he would love to have back. That should have been picked off. Threw that one into a crowd. He's just so fortunate the defender couldn't react fast enough and get his hands up.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
90 Wolf. Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch twist, watch twist. One left, one left.
Here's Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
One left.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being